What's up? Back for another video, changing it up a little bit from yesterday. I'm going to do a video based on the Nintendo Switch that I bought. I'm going to be doing my 6-month review, some games that you guys should probably look into, and some accessories that I strongly recommend any Nintendo Switch owner having. First, obviously, it's the Nintendo Switch. It came out in February of 2017. I picked it up a year and a half after it came out. Was a little skeptical. I think I was just waiting for more games to come out for it to see if they were just going to be doing the Wii U port game to try to revive those franchises or those games, boost those sales, or if they were going to go into more third-party development. And then I realized that I'm probably going to get a Switch because I like the first-party games, the Mario games, anything put out by Nintendo. So we pulled the trigger in July. And honestly, I've loved this system for as long as I can remember, with the exception of the N64 days and the Super Nintendo days. I've always been a PlayStation and Xbox gamer, but more towards the PlayStation. This has drastically reduced the amount of time that I'm playing on my PlayStation 4. Put a whole bunch of hours into games like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart Splatoon 2, which I just picked up in the new year, and even third-party development games like LA Noire I've put a bunch of hours into, and I've enjoyed it all on the Switch, which I didn't think I was going to do. When I first picked it up, I thought that I was going to be playing it in portable mode a lot, so I never really looked into getting a third-party controller or even a Nintendo Switch Pro controller for the system, because when you're playing in portable, the really awesome thing is the Joycons on the sides act as your controller, and then when you're in docked mode you can remove the Joy-Con and it acts as 2 individual controllers or one together if you want to use them like nunchuck style. The one downside that I see and that everybody complains about is when you're using these for platformers, side scrollers, is the D-pad on the Joy-Con, because of the fact that they have to also use it sideways for games when you're using multiplayer for like Mario Tennis or Mario Kart in particular, which is what we use it a lot for. It has to also function as 4 individual buttons, so they can't do the traditional Nintendo style D-pad. Other than that, I mean, the battery life when you're in portable mode does not last usually more than 4 or 5 hours, depending on the game and depending on the screen brightness. But to go from, you know, your house on a long drive to your destination, it's more than enough. It's gonna last you at least 3 hours. It's going to provide loads of entertainment. It has Fortnite on the system, which is free to play. Yes, you do have to buy the season pass, but that's $10, and if you grind out the season pass, it becomes free the next season because of the V-Bucks that you earn. So it's got a whole big lineup of games. I'm going to give you my recommendations now. These are the games that we picked up when we first got the system. When we first got the system, I picked up Zelda Breath of the Wild, as well as Super Mario Odyssey. I was never, ever a Zelda fan growing up. I always played games like Call of Duty, Madden, NHL, NASCAR growing up. That was like, I never really bought more than 4 or 5 games a year, and it was usually revolving around the sports genre. Later on, through high school and college, that's when I was really getting into Call of Duty, like buying the yearly franchise and playing the campaign for the most part. Only recently am I really getting into multiplayer. Zelda Breath of the Wild is a really cool game for those that either enjoy the franchise or enjoy open world games. There's a whole lot to explore. There's a whole lot to do. There's a lot of crafting in the game. There's a lot of it for people that like getting indulged and just completely enveloped in a video game. Zelda Breath of the Wild is definitely not going to disappoint. I've probably got maybe 50 hours into the game, which for me is a lot for something not Call of Duty or not sports related. There's people that I know and that I've seen on YouTube. You can look them up yourselves. Alex C&D, Boogie29888, they probably have well over 100 hours into that game, and trust me, I'm not even close to finishing or exploring everything in that game. That's what we picked up when we first bought the system. The next game that I picked up after that was, after playing the demo, was Dragon Quest Builders. I was not much into the Dragon Quest franchise. Like I said, I kind of stepped away from Nintendo after the N64, with the exception of playing Nintendo DS. I wasn't really much into the franchises, following what the franchises were about, but when I played the demo, I thought it was just a really unique game. It's almost got like a blend of an RPG with Minecraft, with even little bits and aspects, to me, of Zelda, where you have to craft and you have to put ingredients together and create walls, create security, create a whole bunch of weapons and shields and furniture throughout the game. And it's really interesting. I'm not that far into the story, mostly because I just get sidetracked with just gathering materials. But I feel like eventually that's going to help me in the story, because I'm going to have enough materials to complete some of the quests, like building rooms or building a kitchen. You know, you need certain materials and certain combinations, and I want to make sure I have all of that. So I'm really just grinding out resourcing. But it's cool. It's a single player only, but I recommend it for anybody looking for. It's kind of an open world game. But it, you know, for somebody who's into Minecraft or into even Zelda Breath of the Wild, I would say you're going to enjoy Dragon Quest. The last game that I'm going to recommend, other than the obvious like Mario Kart, I think you should just own it if you're a Nintendo person, or else you're doing something wrong, is Splatoon 2. It's the Nintendo version of a not first-person shooter. It's Nintendo's version of a shooter. And the whole point of the game is, I don't know if anybody's played the iHole game or iHolio game on mobile, but it's pretty similar to that, where you're moving around a city and gathering things and eating the city via a circle, and you need the percentage of the city to beat your score. This is a game where you're, instead of using like bullets and lasers, you're using paint guns and paint brushes and paint rollers, and your objective with your teammates is to paint the floor and the map more or quicker than your enemy team. And you can use power-ups via the hat that you wear, the shoes that you wear, the shirt that you wear, and also by leveling up and buying better guns, well, paint guns and paint brushes. I didn't think it was going to be that cool when I first bought it. It was more of just, alright, everybody's talking about it, so I'm going to try it out. I'm addicted to the game. I haven't put the game down since I bought it, probably like 9 days ago. When my 10th day finally kicks in and Nintendo finally tells me how many hours I've played, it's got to be at least 20 hours. The game is seriously addicting because of how frustrating it is to lose, and they tell you the percentage of the map that you've painted. So at the end of the match, when you have 43.4 and the other team is 43.5, and that you lost by just that little bit, you want to keep playing and playing and playing and playing. The other nice part about Nintendo is they do have an online service. They have an eShop. You can download a bunch of demos for these games. If you don't like them, you just delete the demo. They have DLC where you earn gold coins, or not even DLC, but downloadable games, like full games. And you earn gold coins, which transfers into money when you decide to redeem those coins. So Cat Quest was on sale at the end of last year, and I had enough gold coins from downloading games or like claiming games. Like if a game comes out within a year, you can go online and claim the gold coins for it. You can, I was able to get Cat Quest. It was on sale for I think $4.99. I was able to get it for free, just pay the tax on it, and then I think I still have some gold coins left over. Like I still have like $1 or $2 of gold coins left over, which that's gonna go up because I'm going to be picking up Super Mario Brothers Wii, or Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, which was out on the Wii U. That's probably going to consume most of me and my wife's time playing, because we love the Super Mario franchise. Now for the accessories, there's 2 accessories that I strongly recommend. One obviously being a case, so I don't really think I should include that in what I would recommend. I think everybody should just get one as a necessity, more than a recommendation. You're gonna want some game cartridge holders. Now these come, most of the time, these come with the cases that you're buying. If not, there's usually slots for you to put your game cartridges in. It is daughter tested. They do have that chemical on the cartridge that makes it taste really gross. So as you're transferring cases, don't try to hold one of them in your mouth. I also fell to that victim. It's really, really nasty, and nothing gets it out of your mouth for at least a half hour to an hour. It's just bad. My number one recommendation, other than a Nintendo Switch controller, which I can't give an honest opinion on because I don't own one yet. Hey guys, I just realized that last video was getting really long because I started talking about this really awesome guy here. I'm going to upload another video very shortly talking exclusively about the 8-Bit Do SNES30 Pro for the Nintendo Switch. That's it for my recommendations. I would strongly suggest getting a Switch. I love mine. I love the games that I have for it. I love the accessories, and God, I love this controller. Let me know what you think. If you have one, what are the games that you recommend? I want to try to get into more eShop related, like only downloadable games that I can't find hard copies of. And I want to know recommendations for accessories. So leave your comments and likes in the comment section below, and I will try to link everything that I said here or found here in the description. Bye.